Men have been making it perfectly clear as to why they want to stay single, and women are only now just getting that particular memo. Better late than never, it would seem. We've got a video for you here today from Manhood titled Women Finally Clock On to Why Men Prefer to Be Single in 2025. Be sure to thank Hadan the Mummy for suggesting today's video. Both of their channels will be linked below, and let's jump into it.
Why men have given up on women. Let's face it, the red pill community was not built overnight. As both a woman and a psychotherapist, my journey has been humbling to say the least. The number one reason that men have given up on women and on love is solely because the gap between men and women is getting larger and larger. With women, there's the movement of, I don't need no man. And then with men, you have that movement of women are a liability.
It's more than just that. Modern women have made it their mission to endlessly insult men for the horrific crime of being born average. Combine that with unchecked greed and an inability to respect people, and it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman.
Modern women said they didn't need men for money, but they still insist that men spend their own money to try and prove his value to her. That not only makes no sense, it's also incredibly unattractive and just shows how immature these women actually are.
Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York. But I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore?
These women live in major cities like New York, LA, Miami, but they refuse to take themselves out to explore their own cities. It's up to random dudes to show them a good time at their own expense. So they're not only entitled, they're also dull and incredibly lazy.
Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like, they're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things.
The men who, quote-unquote, aren't willing to give modern women a chance are the same men who were ignored, mocked, and ridiculed by these women for the last decade. It's pretty difficult to convince a man to want to give someone like that a chance.
What happens to the fun in life? What happened to life being exciting and fun and, going out and discovering the world?
That went out of the window the day that modern women took a look at the vast majority of men and decided that they were not good enough. You don't spend 15 plus years ripping into average dudes and not expect them to forget that kind of treatment. Hey, just a second. If you are liking this video, you like my content, make sure you check out my second channel. The link is in the pinned comment. Go and take a look after this video if you are interested. And let's get back to the video.
Women are scared of happily single men. You want to know why? Let's get into it. Being happily single as a man makes you more appealing. Men that don't need to be in a relationship. Men that have high standards. Men that don't chase women. They chase in purpose. This makes women think, wonder if that man is actually interested in them, and will in turn, y'all listen to this, increase the value of that man and his expressed interest in their minds.
It's crazy to me how so many modern women seem to forget that men are actually self-sufficient. We can take care of ourselves and oftentimes don't need them. And that's one of the things that really pisses off a lot of modern women.
It's the rude awakening that men have needed for thousands of years.
I have 4 big things to say about this, but first of all, I'm not quite sure where this belief came from that if more women divorce their husbands, that these men are just going to believe that it was all their fault and they're going to grow and get better. No, there's never just fault on one side, and men know that. Second of all, most men that go through divorce end up losing a lot in the form of lost time with their children and financially through spousal support and child support. So many men just feel victimized by the court system.
There's also the emotional toll the divorce takes on them as well. Their lives were completely turned upside down, and the lives they tirelessly built for themselves were snatched away in an instant. That kind of experience changes a man forever.
Thirdly, a lot of these men that get put through the ringer, they eventually build themselves back, and they realize that they're a lot happier being single. It's actually a lot more peaceful for them. And fourthly and lastly, a lot of men never want to get married again, or in the first place, because they hear women like this talking about divorce as if it's some sort of punishment for her not being happy, as if his needs and the family's needs have nothing to do with it. And men are smarter than that.
It's made even more disturbing when these women go through with the divorce and then use social media to continue to torment her ex-husband with lies and dragging his name through the mud for no reason. All that does is convince more men to not gamble with marriage.
If you look at the stats on who's happiest, the happiest people are single women and married men. They're the 2 happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
But the happiest groups of people, like not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them, basically.
If single women were the happiest demographic, then why are they drinking so much? Why are they in therapy? And why are they typically on multiple antipsychotic medications? Those aren't exactly things that happy people will do, but hey, what do I know?
Here is why intelligent men stay single. At work, being logical is rewarded, but that doesn't work with dating. Women want to feel emotions. This means flirting, telling stories, and making her laugh. Only when you stir her emotions can her attraction for you grow.
It sounds like she's trying to insult intelligent men by saying that they are not capable of being emotional. Intelligent men don't bother with relationships a lot of the times because intelligent men see the state of the world and know that getting into a relationship with one of these people is completely pointless.
Do you think men are happier when they are single or in a relationship? This question comes up because I got into a bit of an argument on Facebook this week because someone had posted a very long and detailed post alluding to just that fact, that men, when they are free to pursue their own goals and see who they want and hang out with friends and do all the things that they want to do, are actually happier than when they're in a relationship. And I agreed, because the reality is that men typically give up their goals and hopes in lieu of whatever she wants them to do. Of course, this led to a lot of arguments and a lot of hate from the women at me, which I am very much used to, which is fine. What I want to know is,
there's nothing wrong with a man wanting to prioritize his peace and his freedom over sacrificing both for a woman who clearly doesn't care much about him, especially when a lot of modern women are encouraged to disregard a man's feelings at every opportunity.
You get enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for. You're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government because, once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt everybody talks about.
That's what happens when you forcibly strip a man's identity from him. This is why it's so important for a man to have a purpose in life, because if he doesn't, then the end result will typically be loud.
I can't see one single positive argument for staying single today. We're having a cigar the other day with this guy when we did the live podcast. He's 35 years old, makes millions, but he doesn't want to get married. He says, it's too risky getting married today. I said, it's too risky getting married today. I said, man, it's too risky staying single today. Like, what do you think life is all about? Pulling up to a restaurant in a Rolls Royce? For what? Who cares? Those people that say, what a nice car, don't give a shit about you. Everything about life is investing in things that outlive you. Man wants to live forever, but we're not going to. The only way you're going to get a glimpse of living forever is by what you build. You have kids, you raise them properly, they continue your last name, you write a book, you make music, you make movies, you make something that outlives you.
True. All of this is true. Well said.
The types of people who preach men getting married and having families seem to also come from money and live in a world that's vastly different from the average man. It reeks of privilege, and it usually comes from the men who have never had to worry about that kind of crap.
4 reasons why being a single man in your 30s is awesome. Number 1, you're actually attractive to women, okay? A lot of guys spend time in their 20s not feeling attractive to women at all, but if you work on yourself in your 30s, you're gonna be a lot more attractive to them. Number 2, you're less desperate for sex. The good thing about being in your 30s is you're not a complete horn dog all the time. It actually helps. 3, you have money to finally do what you want and you're not sweating over the check when the bill comes. 4, you have less pressure to settle down and have kids. This is one of the benefits of being a guy as opposed to women who experience a lot of pressure during this time.
It's more than just that. As men get older, they start to realize how important their piece is to their lives. It takes a lot of trust to let a woman into our lives, especially if she's one who thrives on chaos. There's no point in getting with a woman like that. The cost is just too high for the average man. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.